Alright, what is going on, guys? Got a breakdown for UFC Vegas 70. This one's on the main card at welterweight. We got Mike Malott taking on Yohan Lainesse. Lainesse going to have a 3-inch advantage in reach there, the same height. Both guys are from Canada. So I will start with Lainesse. Came into the UFC undefeated. He's gone 1-1 to this point with a little bit of a controversial decision against Darian Weeks. Not a lot happening there. But, again, comes in undefeated. A lot of knockouts in the first round and went 4-0 in CFFC. Picked up a solid win against Evan Cutts, second round TKO, which is a very quality win. I was actually at that fight in South Philly, but yeah, then he comes on to the Contenders series and picks up a really good win there too as an underdog. Finds that left hook in the first round, really nice highlight. Puts Justin Burlinson away. And in the UFC, looks great in the first round against Gabe Green. He comes in as an underdog, ends up dropping him momentarily in the first round. But then the issue that commonly comes up with Lainesse showed up in that fight. He tends to really gas out at the end of the first round, midway through the second. You look at a lot of these fights, even the ones he has finished, and he's been looking pretty tired in these fights. The Evan Cutts fight, he was tired in the first round. He was tired at the beginning of the second round against Gabe Green. So, yeah, if this guy had a gas tank, he would be really good, and he is going to have the size advantage here. I mean, Malott used to fight at featherweight. They're like the same size now, but Lainesse is just a bigger guy. You'll see, he has a bigger frame. It's not like, he's that much bigger, but it is going to be there. But yeah, man, again, like not the most technically sound, but he is dangerous for sure in that first round. He will throw bombs. He will stay in your face. He will use these leg kicks and these body kicks that do a lot of damage. And he has decent offensive wrestling. Never won a fight by submission, but he's threatened it a few times. And yeah, solid fighter. Again, it's just like if he had a gas tank, he would be really good. And so for Mike Malott, been around for a long time. Was formerly a very hyped prospect, but he has missed a fair amount of time in recent years. But it's looking great recently. His last 3 fights, he's all won in the first round. Quality opponents across the board there, if you ask me. I mean, against Solomon Renfro, he's just getting pieced up for like a good minute and a half. And then he just sits down on a left hook, catches him with it, drops him, immediately in on the rear naked choke. His chokes are looking really good since he moved to Team Alpha Male. He's been there for a few years now. He's also a coach. And, went a similar way on the Contender Series, just trapped Shimon Swiatkowski in a guillotine right away and locked that one up about 39 seconds in. And then makes his UFC debut against Mickey Gall. And again, looks good on the feet. It's a little bit back and forth, but he finds him again with that left hook and ends up putting him out with ground and pound. So that left hook is definitely his best weapon. Defensively, he does leave some things to be desired at points. He leaves his chin up a little bit, and he is there to get hit. But the counter striking is very good, and his ability to get a knockdown and immediately jump on the submission is solid too. But the thing with him is he did fight Hakeem Dawodu way back when. That was in 2014. But it was also only a couple fights ago for him. So, he has missed a lot of time in recent years. Was dealing with an injury at one point, comes back at lightweight for a couple fights, and then he takes another 2 years off. We don't see him again until late 2020, where he fights Renfro and looks really good. But again, like the theme there is talked about Lionesse's cardio being an issue. We haven't seen Malott extended really at all. He did get extended in that Thomas Diang fight, which I had to dig to find the tape on that one. But, he looks good in the first round. They give him a 10-8. And then he's just really tired the next 2 rounds. But, I mean, that's 2015. It's hard to take away. It's hard to, know what we really got in that performance. But the point is that we haven't seen him in the second or third round really much at all in his career. And the last time we saw him in the second or third round was in 2015 at lightweight. So, yeah, there are questions, but overall, this guy has a very well-rounded game. He's had some hype behind him for a while, and he's been looking really good in the last year and a half or so. So we look at the odds here, and they've got Mike Malott at around minus 200 to minus 220, around that range. And I'm going to agree with that. I'd like to see what the under is because I think there's a good chance for the under here. I think fight does not go the distance is going to be solid too, but from a betting perspective, the odds are probably going to be juiced. But yeah, I looked at Tapology. I was surprised. It was it was heavily in favor of Malott. Like 91% out of 402 votes so far. So there's not as many votes yet, but yeah, I mean, I agree with it. Malott has the pedigree, but he is there to get hit too, and Lainesse is dangerous, especially in that first round. He has good hooks of his own. He's good at staying in your face and stringing together these combinations. But, at the end of the day, I think that Malott's striking is just a little bit more technically sound. I think Solomon Renfro is a little bit more of a technical striker, and he was really, putting it on Malott, and he just stayed in there and found his own offense. I think with the room that Lainesse leaves to get countered, I think he is going to find that counter eventually and immediately jump on the choke. That's my prediction. I think he's going to get the submission here. I'm curious to see what we get for Mike Malott to win in round 2. I might take a stab at that, but it could just as easily get done in the first round. I'm expecting a very fun first round, and then, it could be both guys are just completely gassed in the second. But I'll trust Malott's cardio a little bit more, only because it's an unknown, whereas with Lainesse, it's kind of just becoming a known thing at this point with his one round of really high-level ability, and then he kind of just, drops off. So, yeah, I do like Mike Malott, but we'll see what we get for props. So, thanks for watching, guys. Sure, subscribe, and take it easy.